players were neither fined nor disciplined, nor will they ever be.
That's Major League Baseball this week that's promising 3 of its players will never be punished, which is an odd thing to have to promise until you remember that just a few days earlier, the league had warned them. Here's what happened. On Pride Night, 3 Giants pitchers, Landen Roupp, JT Brubaker, and Ryan Walker, wrote a short Bible verse on their caps. The league office sent down a warning, and it took a United States senator and a referral to the Justice Department before the baseball commissioner decided that disciplining a man for quoting Genesis maybe just wasn't worth the fight. This climb down by the commissioner is fine, and I'm glad that he backed off, but I want to walk through how we got here, because the warning is the part worth understanding, not the apology. And there's a little detail at the end that makes this whole episode look even sillier than it already does.
Commissioner telling Senator Josh Hawley the Giants players were allowed to wear the hats with the biblical references for the entire game. After the game concluded, my office issued a routine oral warning about the uniform policy violation. Unfortunately, it was issued before we became aware of the Giants' lapse in communication.
So listen to what the commissioner actually says. A routine oral warning about a uniform policy violation issued after the game was over, and then only once a senator started asking questions pointed back at the Giants for a lapse in communication, because the players wore the hats all night long. Nobody stopped the game. The problem only showed up later on paper, and only once somebody upstairs got nervous about how this looked. So that's not enforcing a rule. That's second guessing after the fact.
From Missouri, Josh Hawley joins me now. Senator, it looks like passing the buck to the San Francisco Giants from Major League Baseball.
And now it's the team's fault for not telling the players they were allowed to opt out. Maybe that's fair. I don't doubt that the Giants handled this situation poorly, but the team didn't send the warning. The league did. So let's talk about the rule the league actually reached for.
Well, it looks like they're admitting that they're wrong, Will, which is exactly the case. I mean, the commissioner admitted in that letter that he should not have warned, quote unquote, the players.
Now, to his credit, Senator Hawley didn't take a victory lap. He got the commissioner to admit the warning shouldn't have gone out, and that's the right answer. Now, in fairness to the league, here's their actual defense, and it isn't a crazy one. They say the policy bans writing of any kind on a uniform. No messages, no exceptions, and it's the same for everybody. A neutral rule like that is easy to defend. The problem is that the league hasn't been neutral. In 2020, this same league painted Black Lives Matter all over their fields, and it let players wear messages on their cleats. Oh, and then it moved an entire All-Star game out of Atlanta over a state election law. So this rule that the commissioner and the league want isn't about no messages. It's about no messages that the league didn't pick itself. And once you see that, this stops being about a uniform and starts being about speech that they need to approve.
That, in fact, they are entitled to not wear the uniforms. They are entitled to express their religious beliefs. And he said, as you just quoted, no player will ever be disciplined or fined for their religious beliefs.
The senator's point is a simple one. A man can express his faith at his job. We didn't need the Justice Department to settle that one. And the people in the stands, they want nothing to do with any of this. They paid to watch a ball game. Most of them would rather have the league spend less energy ranking everybody's beliefs and a little more time fixing the pace of play.
And I don't frankly care who he blames for it, so long as he admits that he's wrong, so long as players' religious liberty rights are protected. And, you know, I just have to say, I think that this is a great outcome.
So Hawley calls it a great outcome, and he's right enough. The players are protected, the league backed down, and I'd only point out what it took to get there. A senator, a federal referral, and a week of headlines, all to settle that a player can cite a Bible verse without becoming a federal case. Although, in this instance, it didn't actually become a federal case. So here's the last detail, and I'll admit, I enjoy this one. The verse that Landen Roupp wrote was Genesis 9, the passage where God sets a rainbow in the sky as a covenant after the Great Flood. So on the one night where the league was out celebrating the rainbow, it warned a player for quoting the part of the Bible where the rainbow comes from. I'll let you sit on that. So this fix isn't complicated. Let the players play and let the fans watch. And the next time that the league feels like taking a side, it might want to remember it spent all week insisting that it didn't take any in the first place. So if you like videos like this, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you along for the ride. We'll see you in the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe to The Chris Locke Show for the latest America First news, conservative commentary, and the stories that mainstream media refuses to cover. These two videos right up here, they're going to be next. Pick your favorite. I'll see you over there.